Welcome back to the Security Bootcamp Vault. Episode 4, Objective 1.4, Cryptography. This is the biggest objective in Domain 1, and honestly one of the most learnable topics on the exam because it is all patterns. Two kinds of keys, one-way fingerprints, signatures that prove who, certificates that prove which website, and special chips that guard the keys. We will take it one pattern at a time. Let us go. Objective 1.4 says, explain the importance of using appropriate cryptographic solutions. The word appropriate is the key. The exam gives you a job, protect a laptop, protect a password, prove who sent a file, and you pick the right tool. There are only three families of tools: encryption, which scrambles, hashing, which fingerprints, and signatures plus certificates, which prove identity. Everything in this episode is one of those three. Two kinds of encryption keys. Symmetric means one single key locks and unlocks. It is fast, so it is used for bulk data. The problem is both sides need that same secret key, and getting it to them safely is hard. Asymmetric solves that with a pair. A public key you can hand to anyone, and a private key only you hold. Whatever one key locks, only the other can open. And here is the favorite exam question. Real systems use slow asymmetric just once to safely exchange a symmetric key, then switch to fast symmetric for the actual data. Best of both. Hashing. A hash function takes any data and produces a fixed size fingerprint. Watch the demo. The message transfer $100 gives one hash. Change a single character, transfer 900, and the fingerprint is completely different. That is how you catch tampering. Same input always gives the same hash, and any change screams. Now the trap. Hashing is not encryption. Encryption can be reversed with a key. A hash cannot be reversed at all. It is one way. If an answer choice talks about decrypting a hash, that answer is wrong by definition. Checkpoint 1. A download page lists a SHA-256 value next to the installer, so users can check the file after downloading. What is being protected? A. Confidentiality. B. Integrity. C. Availability. D. Authorization. What does a fingerprint prove? Pause now. The answer is B. Integrity. You hash the file you downloaded, compare it to the posted value, and if they match, the file was not changed on the way. Nothing here is secret. The file is public, so it is not confidentiality. A hash proves one thing, that the data did not change. On this exam, hash equals integrity every single time. Encryption comes in sizes. Full disk encryption scrambles everything on the drive. That is the stolen laptop answer. If the laptop walks away, the data is useless. A partition or volume covers one section of a drive. File level covers individual documents. Database level covers everything the database holds, and record or column level scrambles just certain fields, like only the credit card column. The pattern for the exam. The smaller the scope, the finer the control, and the more work it takes to manage. How passwords are stored safely. Salting means adding a random value to each password before hashing it. Two users with the exact same password end up with totally different hashes. Key stretching means running the hash thousands of times on purpose, so each cracking attempt is slow. Why bother? Attackers keep rainbow tables, giant pre-computed lists of hashes for common passwords. Salt makes every one of those tables useless, because your hash is not just absurd anymore. Salt kills rainbow tables. Write that down. Checkpoint 2. Two users choose the identical password, but the hashes stored in the database are completely different. What is in use? A. Key stretching. B. Salting. C. Tokenization. D. Full disk encryption. Same input, different fingerprints. What causes that? Pause now. The answer is B. Salting. Each password got its own random salt before hashing, so identical passwords produce different hashes. Keep the pair straight. Key stretching makes hashing slow, to fight cracking speed. Salting makes hashes different, to fight pre-computed tables. When the story is identical passwords with different hashes, that is salting. Proving who? A digital signature is made with someone's private key, and it proves two things at once: who sent it and that it was not changed. That combination is non-repudiation from episode 2. A certificate is an ID card for a server. It ties a public key to a name, so your browser knows the site really is your bank. And a certificate authority, the CA, is the trusted company that issues and vouches for certificates. Trust flows down from the CA's root certificate to every certificate it signs. The certificate lifecycle. It starts with a CSR, a certificate signing request. That is the application form you send to the certificate authority. If a certificate gets compromised before it expires, it gets revoked, and there are two ways the world finds out. The CRL, a downloadable revocation list, and OCSP, the faster online check. A self-signed certificate is one you sign yourself. Free, fine for internal systems, but no outside browser trusts it. And a wildcard certificate covers every subdomain of a domain with one certificate, star.company.com, where keys live. A TPM, Trusted Platform Module, is a small chip on the motherboard of one device. It holds the keys for things like full disk encryption on that machine. An HSM, Hardware Security Module, is a dedicated appliance that stores and manages keys for many systems across a whole company. And key escrow means a trusted third party holds a copy of your key. Great if you lose yours, a real risk if they get breached. The exam line is simple. TPM protects one device. HSM serves the whole organization. 3 ways to hide data without classic encryption. Steganography hides a message inside another file, like an image or a song, so nobody even knows a message exists. Tokenization swaps a sensitive value, like a card number, for a stand-in token. The token is useless to a thief, and the real number lives in a secure vault. Data masking shows only part of a value, like the last 4 digits of a card. Enough for a human to recognize, useless to steal. Swap versus partially hide. Tokenization replaces the value. Masking covers most of it. Checkpoint 3. A retailer stores a stand-in value instead of the real card number, and the real number sits in a separate secure vault. What is this? A. Data masking. B. Hashing. C. Tokenization. D. Steganography. Is the value partially covered, fingerprinted, replaced, or hidden inside another file? Pause now. The answer is C. Tokenization. The real number was replaced by a stand-in, and the real value lives somewhere else. Keep the 3 lookalikes apart by their verbs. Masking shows part of the value. Hashing fingerprints it one way. Tokenization replaces it and vaults the original. Match the verb in the story, and you cannot miss. Last concept, blockchain. Think of a shared notebook. Every block of records contains the hash, the fingerprint, of the block before it. Change anything in an old block, and every hash after it breaks, so the whole chain screams tampering. And it is an open public ledger, meaning thousands of computers all hold the same copy. There is no single owner to hack or bribe. For the exam, blockchain equals a tamper-evident shared ledger, built out of the hashing you already know. The crypto trap list. Trap 1. Hashing is not encryption. Encryption reverses with a key, a hash never reverses. Trap 2. TPM versus HSM. Count the machines. One device means TPM, the whole company means HSM. Trap 3. The swap or cover trio. Masking shows part of the value. Tokenization swaps it and vaults the original. Encryption scrambles it but can be reversed. Read what actually happened to the value in the story, and the right tool names itself. Lock it in. Symmetric is one fast shared key. Asymmetric is the public-private pair, and real systems use asymmetric ones to exchange a symmetric key. Hashing is the one-way integrity fingerprint. Salt makes hashes different, stretching makes them slow. Signatures prove who sent it and that it did not change. Certificates are server ID cards vouched for by a certificate authority. TPM guards one device, HSM serves the company, escrow means a third party holds a copy, and the instant kills. You cannot decrypt a hash, and masking shows part while tokenization swaps. Domain 1 complete. That wraps Domain 1. Next time we start Domain 2, the second biggest chunk of your exam. Episode 5, Threat Actors, Nation-states, organized crime, hacktivists, insiders, and the difference between a script kiddie and a shadow IT department. Who attacks and why. See you inside the vault.